Don't hustle backwards. I see so many people get money to represent the struggle, and I never quite understood that. Think about the rapper PNB Rock. This guy was successful, was wealthy, and they talked about him going to California and going to the Waffle House. And out of all the Waffle Houses he could have went to, he went to the one they said that was in the hood. And it's something that I always see in our community where so many people feel like I have to represent the struggle. And it's like, you should get money to elevate. You should get money to get to another level. You should accumulate success to reach a new high, not to stay the same. And I see so many people that get caught up in staying the same. And I'm like, if you're so into staying the same, well, why get the money? Why get the success? Why not just live in the same home and struggle your entire life? I've never quite grasped that. It's like so many people, they hustle backwards. It's like the more money they get, the more they put their life in danger. Like, in life, you gotta grow. You have to elevate your mind. You gotta start reading more books. You have to put yourself in better positions in life. And I see so many people, they get so stuck in keeping it so-called real. And my first question is, what do you call real? Like, is it real by me staying in the same hood? Is it real by me hanging around the same people? But what if when I have something to lose and they have nothing to lose? How will that work out? Because if they have nothing to lose, that means they'll take a bigger chance than you'll take. They'll take a bigger chance than I'll take. So when you sit down and think about that, okay, well, what's the purpose? What's the point? Most people may have the same decision-making process that they had before they got any amount of money. And you sit there and think about like, but why? Why is it that your decision-making never changes? Why is it that you feel that you have to stay the same? Like, one thing in my life, I started to elevate as a man when I started to understand that my decision-making has to change now. Now, I'm on a trajectory to accumulate a lot of money. Okay? I haven't accumulated it yet. Okay? But I'm doing okay for myself. But the thing that I understand is this: I have to prepare myself for when it happens. So my decision making has changed from what it was 5 years ago. You have so many people that have the exact same mindset, decision making that they had 20 years ago. You gotta understand another thing, man. Everyone can't come with you. I see so many people hustle backwards because they're trying to bring the same people with them. And most of the time, those people haven't evolved. So if they hadn't evolved, right, and you're trying to bring them along, guess what's going to happen? They're going to keep you from evolving. You will never evolve. Because most of those people don't want to evolve. If your previous friends choose to evolve, I got you. That's cool. But most of the time, they don't choose to evolve. They choose to stay exactly the same. You see so many rappers get caught up because of that. You see famous athletes get caught up because of that. See, the reason why I have to name famous people, because when you're not famous and you accumulate money, it normally takes time, okay? So you have life experiences that train you. So think about a rap artist. You're normally going to be wealthy by the time you're 25, 30. An athlete, you're probably wealthy by 25, 30. But when you're a person that has to work from the ground up, the earliest you usually going to accumulate wealth is in your early 40s. And most of the time it's in your mid to late 50s. So if that's the process, guess what happens? You have time to grow. You have time to evolve. You have time to accumulate things. But when you get it so young and you haven't really made any mistakes, That's when a lot of times I see people hustle backwards, and I see a lot of artists, rap artists, die because they want to stay the same. And it's like, but you're not the same person you used to be. You're a target now. Because in the hood, you look like prey. You're bait. Think about somebody going fishing. What they do? They put bait on the hook and they throw it in the water. So when you're in the hood, guess what? You're the bait. You're thrown in the water when you're in the hood. You got people that can grow up with you and love you, and let me change that. Act like they loved you and act like they care for you. But the first opportunity they get, they're going to eat you alive. They'll rob you. They will. At the end of the day, they'll break into your home. They will. They'll lie on you. They will. They'll find a way to run a scheme on you. They will. They'll do whatever they got to do in order for them to get some of what you have. Why? Because you're bait now. And then you have the audacity, you go to the hood and you have your 6-7 chains on, and you driving your $100,000 car, $200,000 car, and you wearing $500,000 shoes, and your pockets sticking out so fat it's ridiculous. You bait. They want what you got on their line. Think about a fish. When a fish sees that food on the line, they don't think about who food that is. They just want to eat. And when you see cats in the hood, they just want to eat. And when you decide to hustle backwards, it's the most awkwardest thing that you can ever do. You gotta evolve. You have to evolve. Most people struggle with that because they end up having survivor remorse. Survivor remorse is real because you made it out, right? You have this certain amount of remorse for the people that you grew up with. This certain amount of sorrow that you have for the people you grew up with because they don't live the lifestyle you live, right? And I think that hurts so many people, that survivor remorse. They can never ever elevate fully to the next level because it's like, man, the people that I was once cool with, I can't have them with me anymore. That's a huge problem. The people that I once grew up with, the people we had fights with, the people I went to school with, the people I let borrow money, the people we borrowed each other's shoes. Now I'm in another position that they can't come to, that they can't get to. And if you do bring them to their level, guess what's going to happen? They're normally going to tear you down. But this survivor remorse, you can never get past it. I think it hurts so many men. So many men, so many rappers, so many athletes, so many people that get wealthy at a young age because they always had this regret in the back of their mind. Excuse me. Another thing, when I say hustle backwards, the quality of women that you get has to change. Think about how many rap artists that has died by being set up by women. Lost their life because they were set up by women. Happens all the time. There was Hit Boy, the producer, he was just talking about how a woman tried to set him up. Tried to set him up. He brought the woman to the house. And if I'm not mistaken, something where the woman called some guys to come to the address. But I think he had an alarm system set up and stuff, so he was able to not happen to him, but he saw the guy through the camera. And then they said a couple weeks later, one of the rap artists, I can't remember who the rap artist was, he said those exact same guys, he remembers seeing those guys that tried to set him up. See, you can't hustle backwards, man. Because even not only do you got to worry about the men, you got to worry about the women, because you got a lot of women that'll set you up. You got a lot of women that have low character. You got a lot of women that have no morals. And at the end of the day, you'll lose everything because you want to hustle backwards. Everything has to change. It has to change. Not everything, but most things have to change. You cannot live the same because you're not the same person. You're not the same person. It's different. You might not want to understand that. You might not want to agree on that. But that's facts. It's facts. And I think so many times, it's like you have that mindset of, I want to keep it real. I don't want things to change. Because change is scary. Most people get scared of change. But in order for you to become successful and get to the next level, you have to change. You have to adapt. You have to grow. You have to. I'm sorry. And I think so many people in life, they hustle backwards and they get caught up. Think about what I'm talking about. And most people are going to say, when I talk about hustling backward, they're going to say, man, why should a person have to change? Why? Because your life is valuable. Because you're not the same person. Because you're prey. Think about young Dolph. He go to get his mom cookies. He trying to live the same life. He dies. Think about Nipsey Hussle. Right? Even though he was a businessman and he had one foot out the street, he still had a pinky toe that was a little bit in the streets. Certain people you shouldn't even be dealing with. And there are going to be so many people going to say, but what do you mean when you say that? You hustling backwards, if that's your question. You're hustling backwards. Because I'm going to explain something to you. There are some people that do not want to grow. And if you keep them people tagging along with you, you know what's going to happen? You're not going to grow. It's facts. Like, it's so many artists that's died. It's so many artists that are young that have the potential to live the life that they would dream of, but they can't get that other foot out the streets because they already got to hustle backwards. I got to show the people in the streets that I'm still real. Why do they matter? My hood got to know what time it is with me. Why does your hood matter? It's about you as a man. If that hood become wealthy, how much money do you think they're giving you? So if they're not giving you no money, why are you so focused on them? Why are you so focused on them? I remember being young and I grew up, I lived in apartments most of my life. I lived a little bit in the hood, but apartments most of my life, and never lived in no real nice neighborhood, anything. And now I live in a pretty nice neighborhood. I never think about moving back to the hood. I never think about going to hang in the hood. Now, when it comes to making money in business, I mean, that's one thing, you know. But when it comes to anything else, I never think about going back. I'm like, what am I going back for? What will I get in return? The whole purpose of me becoming a hustler and going after my dreams is for me to get out of those environments, out of those situations. I never understand why people why they want to go back. See, the people that's meant for me, they're going to come up with me because I'm going to see a difference in their lives. That's what everything is about. Elevating. Not staying the same. Not hustling backwards. Most people that's dying, they hustling backwards. Think about Soulja Slim before he died. This was a man that was extremely talented, but could never get his feet out the streets because he was hustling backwards. Look at Master P, what you see? a man that didn't hustle backwards. He got out the streets and started going forward. Whenever you see somebody famous and they still got they foot in the street, you hustling backwards. It's time for you to get more money. It's time for you to elevate. It's time for you to create generational wealth. But all that other type of stuff, nah, man. I'm not hustling backwards. My life is too valuable, and there are so many goals and dreams that I have. So the entire purpose of this video is to get everyone to understand, stop hustling backwards. Because what it's going to do for you? Nothing. My name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with $1 in the dream. I need everyone to like this video. I need everyone to subscribe to my channel. It's so important that we understand that we need to stop hustling backwards in our community. We're never trying to grow. It's like for some reason we always want to keep it real. You're going to lose some friends when you elevate. You're going to lose some family members when you elevate. You're going to see people that you thought were your friends that's not your friends. You're going to see people that you thought wasn't your friend that's going to become your friends when you start to grow. There's going to be certain people that you looked at strange, like, why does that person act strange? And 2-3 years later, when you grow, you're going to be like, I understand them. And it wasn't because they changed. It's because you changed and you leveled up. Who is Childs on the Beat? Best producer in Louisiana. You don't believe me? Go to his YouTube channel and check him out. My name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with $1 in the dream. Please leave a comment. Please. Thank you. I'm out.